Let's see. Before I have Fog Scout. Good. Barely injured. Is there somewhere out of the way-ish Dalen and I can hide? I believe over here in this corner, in fact. My friend. There you are. Fog, time to do what you do. I think for now I'll scout out the outskirts of the cave and we'll work our way inwards. So that door can wait. For now, let's follow this passage here. You can hear various... what sounds like rocks just moving about. Makes me wonder if this cave is very stable at all. Perhaps. We have a chest, crate, and a chest, all of which are unlocked, but are they trapped? No. No. And no. Fair enough. Makes my life a bit easier. Oop, looks like there was a wall here at one point, though it's either fallen down or been broken down. If I had to guess, by these giants here. A handful of them. Now, Fog is not invisible right now. She is merely relying on her stealth skill. Which is still astronomical, mind you. Her height is 20 and move silently is 20, so they're going to be really hard pressed to spot Fog. That said, though, I'd rather not get too close if I can help it. There are a lot, though, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least. There may be others. See if I can't get this chest before someone bumps into Fog. I do believe if you walk into somebody while stealthed, they still detect you because you just walked into them. Oop. Careful. Careful. Okay. Don't. Oh, that scared me. That scared me. Okay, we're fine. Get out of there, Fog. That's not locked. Okay. So there are 5? Or there are 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there are 6 total. I'm thinking a well-placed confusion spell would make my life remarkably easier. Am I out of range? I believe so. Right, make a break for it. Oh. Again, sounds of rocks falling. I suspect I don't want to linger here any longer than I must. Let's move. So again, why are the giants attacking dragons? Well, it's sort of old legend that giants and dragons have a rivalry. Whether or not there is truth to that, I'm not even going to begin to speculate on that, really. And Izarastu, the Golden Ego Shaman, did say that they're likely not after gold, for if they were, they would have fled already. Hello. 3 of you. Can I quickly... Careful. Hey, I got that one. Can I blind you? No. Very well. But I will... Nice hit, Dalen. Uh-oh. Stone skin is worn off, it seems. That's fine, I will reapply it now. A fine hit. Let's see if I can get my lucky confusion here. Hang on, there's only 2. I want to get more than 2 if I can. Oh, over there's perfect. Go for it. Oh, it's fine for me. Ow.
Prepare to become one.
No, Fog. She will be very upset with me when she wakes up again. Thankfully, confusion is doing its job. These 3 are fighting amongst themselves. I'm gonna go for this one here, who's unoccupied. Ow. There we go. That one's confused and holding still. He's helping me fight the hill giant. The Enchantment School of Magic harbors much respect from me. Glorious. Simply glorious. Here's where we started from. Leads back to Coldwood, so for now, we're all fairly injured and probably warrants a quick patch-up. Let's examine the remains in chests here. Potion. Exceedingly useful. Gold, less such. Gold, wine, and a silver necklace. Potion. Giant's Bane. Curious. Yes, this is the sling ammo that focuses on giants, but why do giants have them? Do you think maybe it had some of those bullets stuck in its skin? And that's why they... because I don't believe they would simply hold that. If anything, I would assume they would destroy that. Or bury it or something. That would be like if I was carrying around a short sword that killed dwarves more efficiently. That just seems quite silly. Now, I'd like to scout with Fog, though she is, of course, well, of course, a little bit absent. So let us rest over here in the corner momentarily. And of course, I also have no leads us to the final word of power, or theoretically, the final word of power. There may, in fact, be more that I'm unaware of. But I'm unaware of it, so I can only assume and speculate. Can I get back there? Yes. Perfect. Let's see here. Right, I was mentioning earlier about Tensor's transformation, but I was interrupted by combat and then forgot afterwards. I'm not comfortable with form-altering spells. It always has maybe not put a bad taste in my mouth, but it's always left me feeling uncomfortable. I've seen various druids turn to wolves or bears and badgers and they grow more feral, and I don't like that sort of sense of lack of control, sort of lowering intelligence, and while those were animal forms and that's to be expected, I'm not sure how this Tensor's transformation works. I mean, I become a larger, red-skinned monster with a flaming sword, but how will that affect my mind? I don't know if I'm comfortable with really trying. It obviously improves my body a fair bit. Better stats, attack, damage, health. It's clearly physically impressive, but again, I've never been one to care for muscle. I've always been one for the mind. Which is why I'm not too comfortable with shape-changing and polymorphing spells. Regardless, topic at hand here. Very good. Now, Fog is invisible. Life made easier. And I was trapped. I'm glad I stopped and searched. Very good. We'll close that behind us so nothing seems amiss. We have curious amounts of light coming from this corner. Unlock this chest. Now I hold no fear about Fog being discovered as, well, she can't be. Unless a particular, well, a surprisingly powerful hill giant has true seeing. Not to say that could not happen, though I don't believe it will happen. Very well, so looks like there's a passage that leads deeper into the caves in this central chamber. If I knew where this word of power was, I definitely would not be here. Unless, of course, it actually were down here. I am here simply because I have no leads as to where the word of power is, so I truly may as well do this. I have, in a way, nothing better to do. I have no leads, no information. I want this ogre to turn around. Perfect. Wait. Will he get away from the door? I'd like for him to turn around and then sneak through, if possible. That's funny. Kind of phasing through the door somewhat. Alright, go. Good enough for me. Close it. A little bit of pretense of stealth after all. So not hill giants here, but ogres. And hello there, trap. Another trap. Alright, this seems to be an area of importance for these beasts. Nothing to see here, ogre. The twinkle you hear is merely the static in your own brain. Again, the sounds of rocks falling. And of course the various grunts and groans of large creatures. And bats. But the rocks falling are what disturbs me. I don't want to have this cave in. Hill Giant Champion, huh? Challenge rating impossible. I think I'll be the judge of that. Nothing a little hold monster can't solve. Indeed, we have a ramp leading down. A very large chest here. Not locked, surprisingly. Trapped, perhaps? Indeed. Several years of bad luck and patience has taught me, look. Make sure to look. Very good, let's get back to the group here. We have done our scouting, and I feel confident that we'll be fine. We'll clear out the westernmost room, and close it up. So yes, we'll clear out this westernmost room, then we'll head into this chamber. And I suspect that Hill Giant Champion won't be a match for a few well-placed spells. Nor Dalen, for that matter. Speaking of, let's get some spells going, shall we? Endurance. Stone Skin. Shield. Visage. Perfect. And I will apply Aid and Bless before we reach that final chamber. Final spell. Perfect. Onwards, my friends. Here we go. Let's see here. I think I'll confuse those two back there if possible. I've got one of you. Oh, nice critical hits. I'm going to go for this one here. The beast hobbles away. Quit throwing rocks at my friend. He has rock plating on him currently. That won't do much. And that's what happens to you. You get an axe to the knee. Fox is cunning. Boosts intelligence. This seems somewhat ironic given its previous owners. Horrid wilting. I had a bad experience with this once, and now I have a chance to wield it. Very interesting. I'll definitely save that. I recall it nearly killed me outright back in Luskin's host tower. This could be a useful scroll to hold on to. So, before we enter this, aid for the trio.
Yes. Is this...
Sorry, friend. Is Fog invisible? She should not be. Good, she's not. And a final blessing to whomever holds the scabbard. Hopefully a good deity, though we may never know. Onwards. Fine hits so far. Very nice. Where's that champion, huh? There it is. Let's test your mental might, shall we? Lacking. Of course. Take your time, my friends. Their leader's not going anywhere. I'll get that one over there. Nice. You alright, friends? Yes. Haha. Good. Very good. Get him, Krael. Stab him in. I can get him. Ah, near hits. Good duck. There we go. A fine hit. 2 fine hits. Alright, is this chamber over here cleared out? Indeed. Let's take a look here. Barrel contains arrows of, I assume, the vampire? Yep. Seen far too many of those. A curious ring. I'll have to look into that later. And finally, money. Remains contain money. Let's check out this large chest over here. What's so precious to these giants? A crossbow. A fascinating one. I don't recall I've... Oh, it's full. Hang on. Perfect, there we go. Just had to move things around. I believe I've seen a crossbow of that likeness before. But first, did their champion have any sort of information on him? No, just money. Fair enough, that crossbow intrigues me, but for now, while we are still charged up with our arcane protections, we'll keep heading down. Make the most of our time. Seems this lower passage has flooded mostly. Yeah, I see the walls over there. And again, these strange markings. I don't know if they're a language of the creatures, or if they're just scratches or maybe runes. More Ettins, huh? Curious. Well, we'll go for this one. They're far less durable than their giant brethren. Very good work, my friends. We'll go for doors later. For now, look up ahead. Oh, no giant.
Smash you, dead you be.
Smash you, dead you be. What's elegant speech of you, ogre? Or giant? Again, they may be considered both for sure. I don't know, though. Alright, Fog. Check this out, would you? Trapped? No. Good work, my friend. And over here, is this trapped? No. While she goes for that lock, we'll check this one. Final one, dear Pixie. Final one. Alright. So, we'll have her open that, and now let's see what's inside these. Topaz. Topaz and money. Potion of Lesser Restoration. For now, let's see where this large chamber leads. We can check out those side rooms in a bit. Ow! Thankfully, I'm mostly fireproof, so that did incredibly little to me. Ah, Chieftain, huh? Die, puny intruders! How about we hold you, my friend? Your willpower is quite lacking.
Prepare to become one with eternity.
I almost feel guilty for such an action here, but... well... I don't. I said almost, after all. Not even a chance to retaliate. Not even a chance. The head. Well, I won't be taking that. And notes. Far more useful. Let's check out these chests first. 4, I believe? Yes. 3 are locked. This one's trapped. I'll have Fog go about manually here. That one, that one, that one. Ah, there's one nestled behind that rock. Nearly missed it from this angle. So this is the chieftain's lair, as it were. Very curious as to what he has in his possession. Very curious indeed. No other traps, truly. Ah, okay, there is one more. Seemed odd to have only a single trapped chest. Felt so different. Perfect. A wand. Surprising. I would not have expected that kind of equipment from a giant's lair. A club. That'll fit on my hip easily enough. Money. Alright, there's a few things to look at here. But, again, I would rather press on. I don't believe this cave would go any deeper. Left or right? Gotta go left. Lucky direction. Ow. I really ought to have expected that, but I did not. Very well, damage done. The cook? Oh, Dalen's got it. Uh-huh. A prisoner. The markings on this woman's clothes identify her as an Uthgard barbarian of the Golden Eagle tribe.
Yes, what?
Thank you for saving me from that butcher. He wanted to chop me up for stew. I'm afraid I don't really have time for questions here. I have to go now. Can you find your own way out of this cave? I am an Uthgard daughter of the Eagle, a proud warrior. I shall find my own way out of this place. I shall go to rejoin my people. Fair enough. I wouldn't mind asking her questions about what's that was very close. Fog. Again, I get ahead of myself. Alrighty, another prisoner here.
I greet you.
Thank you for freeing me from this prison. I fear the giants were planning to use me for their stew.
Alright, well, I still have work to be done here. Can you find your way out?
I am an Uthgard son of the Eagle. Now that I am free, you need not fear for my well-being. I will follow the trail of bodies you have left back to the exit.
Works for me. Alright, Fog, take care of these locks, would you? Sapphire. Potion of invisibility. Could be very useful in the right situation. And again, while we still have all of our mental and physical magics about, let's clear out this place. Hopefully give the land back to the Uthgards. They have enough trouble from biased humans that live in Neverwinter and such. A single hill giant here. I suppose I expected more. Ah, there is more. Try to blind this one. Unfortunate. Fine work. We'll search this area later. For now, let's see about this door. Now, is this door trapped? Wait a moment. Ah, it was. I am learning. My spell is wearing off. Reapply that. And thank you, Fog. Every mistake is a lesson. A fire giant! Brutal and ruthless, fire giants resemble huge, dark-skinned dwarves. Well organized and militaristic, they are typically encountered as well-armed phalanxes or twinned patrols. They are immune to fire and hate cold and have, I assume, very high damage. Let's fix that. Unfortunately too late. Fog got hit there severely by critical hits. Very curious. Let's keep moving for now. Whoops. I'm a bit injured. We'll fix the simple potion. Perfect. I don't know if it's trapped. It was, but thankfully I actually saved against it. From... oh, hello. Well, grizzlies aren't very dangerous, but is there a dire? Ah. There tends to be a dire among them as the leader of the bear pack. Uh-oh, friend. Fear not. I've got stone skin ready for you. Now for a flame arrow. Nice work. Very good. And, yes, flame arrow to that. Very well, I do believe the cave is now cleared out. Now then, I wish to do several things. First, identify. I have a few things to look at as well as the notes, and of course I still need to look around this area. First of all, this club. I'll reload this later. For now, it's just identify it. Okay, and what about that? Ooh. It has the word accuracy in it. I therefore immediately like it. If it has the word accuracy, I like it more. I will rest, summon Fog back from her rest in the Feywild, examine these containers, and then we will read. Perfect. Fog. Have her unlock this, that. Any other traps I should be made aware of, Fog? Does not appear to be. Aha. Very good. So for now, what do we have in here? Scroll of Remove Blindness and Deafness. And a single ice arrow. These look to be the boots of haste I saw in Nurik's shop. For now, they will fold up easily. Potion of speed. Thankfully, I haven't come across anything terribly large or encumbersome to carry. Thankful. Very thankful. 2 more rooms. This northern one, the western one. Healer escape plus 10. Possibly one of the most valuable things here, and the fire giant remains. A bloody note. That will be quite the read, I am sure. Alrighty, Fog, you have your work cut out for you. Yet again. Any little traps I should be made aware of? Surprisingly, no. Bullets of smiting. And I assume arrows of the vampire? Yep. Stack those. Always helps to carry a quiver for times like that. Now for the western wall. I'm very eager to read these 2 notes. I really want to know what's going on here. My assumption is that perhaps the fire giant was teaching military to the other hill giants. Because otherwise, why would there be just a lone fire giant here? That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. Alright, have I searched this? Sapphire, I believe I have. Well, very well. I can rest here for good measure while we read. First off, the notes from the chieftain. This letter is penned in a crude, almost childlike hand, and there are numerous spelling errors in the text. Based on the poorly rendered seal at the bottom of the page, it would be safe to assume that some type of official correspondence from the hill giant chieftain.
You big tough master, me no want to be squished. Me tribe give tribute and eggs and stuff. We want lots gold. Them fire giants say you big good master. We want be friend with you. Clouth be boss and we be servants.
Fair enough. So it seems like the fire giant was in charge, the chieftain was simply a puppet figure, perhaps, and joining the tribes. What's this about eggs, though? Is that why they're attacking dragons? For their eggs? Potentially. And what of the fire giant's note here? This note is written in the flawless script of a professional scribe. The bottom is marked with an official seal in the shape of a dragon's head. A wise chieftain knows there is a time for war and a time for allegiance with and submission to a great power. The time for petty warfare and tribal strife among the giants is over. King Scrog has already bowed to my greatness, and has reaped the rewards for his people. Now I demand the same from you. As proof of your allegiance, I require tribute in the form of undamaged living eggs seized from the lairs of the dragons throughout these mountains. Should you agree to my terms, I will reward you with 1,000 pieces of gold for each dragon egg you deliver to my lair. Should you refuse, I will destroy you and all your tribe. You may give your answer to my envoy, who will convey your message back to me with the utmost urgency. Clouth the Terrible, Overlord of the Mountains and Ruler of the North. By mountains, I assume him to mean the spine of the world? Also, what are these boots here? Are they in fact boots of haste? Boots of speed, indeed. So we have this club. Watchman's Club. This was one of many weapons distributed among a short-lived private militia in Waterdeep called the Watchman's Club. No expense was spared for their equipment because the primary backers were a group of adventurous nobles who fancied that they were taking the night back from hoodlums and roustabouts. The movement faded when the pursuit fell out of fashion. Bonus feat Alertness. Enhancement +1 gives off light. Bonus to spot and listen. That's actually a very good thing. And a wand of lightning bolts. But I'm very curious. Crossbow of Accuracy. These weapons were favored for siege work by the forces of King Shastir Longive, and saw use in the removal of defensive forces taking cover behind battlements. As the king's fortunes waned, so did the supplies of these crossbows, and today only a scant few remain. It's a D10 damage like any other heavy crossbow, but +5 to the attack bonus. Ooh. Ruby crossbow gives but a +3. Truthfully, this is an obvious choice. It is a very obvious upgrade for me. It does weigh more, but it is of course more damage, and I can't argue with the +2 attack bonus it gives over the Ruby crossbow, which has served me well enough, but I can't argue with the facts. It is an upgrade. Let's be gone of these caves and Clouth. I may ask of Izaristu if he knows about this Clouth person. Is he just some sort of tribal warlord who's taken over the scarcely populated mountainside, or is he actually some viable threat of significant or somewhat significant power? And why does he want dragon eggs? He seems to have a thing for it. After all, the seal was a dragon's head. And he wants dragon eggs throughout all of the mountains. That would explain why the giants are here, of course. They're serving this Clouth character and getting eggs, but why? My two assumptions are that maybe he either wants to train them, which has been notoriously failed to work, or wants to eat them as a delicacy, or maybe has other plans. Lovely weather we have here. Right. But, dragon eggs. I could... I could attempt to talk to the dragon in the cave, but... no. Just no. That seems like a terrible idea. Clouth the Terrible, Overlord of the Mountains and Ruler of the North. Very self-proclaimed and arrogant, I can see. If Azarus does not know, Erengand might know. Well, I assume he would know, actually, being the spy master of Neverwinter, Jewel of the North. I'd be a fair bit disappointed if you didn't know. Quite the trek back. And of course, the Spine of the World. I've heard about it, obviously, as a huge and vast mountain range, but I may have to do some research about it. Maybe one of Veltor's books, or perhaps maybe Usam may know. After all, he's likely well traveled in the northern areas here. Here we are. Where was the gentleman in question? Over here, I believe. Yes, there's his tent. Also inform him of the tribesmen and the tribeswoman that I saved.
I greet you, my child.
Oh. Unfortunately, you say nothing new. That is, well, disappointing, to say the least. Well, I may as well head on back to Beorun as well for now. I have a few things to sell. Probably need to buy a few things as well. Speak to Erengend about Clouth, which I pray he knows something. And then research the Spine of the World. Sounds like the snowstorm is raging pretty heavily inside Coldwood. Or Moonwood, rather. Quite ironic, actually. Coldwood had lots of moonlight. Moonwood has lots of snow. Or Moonwood, bah. Very well, back here. So first off, Erengen's lodge. Speak to him about all of this. My friend.
The bards among our camp are already composing tales about how you recovered the second word of power. I only hope we all live long enough to hear the finished product.
Fair words. How goes the war effort?
The city itself still stands undaunted, for now. However, if you fail in your mission, I fear our cause will be lost. Erebeth seems to inspire her troops with her single-minded desire to destroy Neverwinter, and all it stands for. It helps soldiers to have a cause to follow, even a cause steeped in hate.
Well, it can be one of the more powerful motivators. Any more news about Malgrim and his cult?
My operatives have gathered no new information on Malgrim's cult, but I would wager my life on the fact that whatever they are up to will spell disaster for Neverwinter. We are counting on you to stop them.
What of Hadriline?
There is no new information, but just because this Hadriline is an enemy of Malgrim doesn't mean she's on our side either. I'd like to meet her in person before I decide if we can trust her or not.
Very well, I'll be heading off then.
I wish you luck in your mission.
Thank you. Unfortunate, I was hoping for information and I got none. Very well, it seems I'm on this on my own. With a little help from my friends, of course.